Uma in Munugode, and that's been the big election there, the big bypoll that, across the country there's been so much news of it, so much controversy, so many allegations as well, Uma. So now counting has begun there.
Yes, indeed, Gargi. The counting has begun here, and interestingly, I must say, Telangana is going to elections next year, and therefore this is only one seat we are talking about, term of which is going to be only about a year, and it's not really going to affect either the falling or the forming of any governments, and yet it became a very, very keenly watched election, high voltage as it has been described, and also high stakes, even though there are no governments at stake. Three things that I must point out: 2.4 lakh is the electorate, 93% was the polling rate, and it was billed by many as perhaps one of the most costliest elections in India. Counting is underway. The first round itself, it seems like the TRS candidate is in the lead. This has been called as a three-cornered contest between the TRS, the BJP and the Congress, but it is largely the TRS and the BJP which are in fact fighting almost, one would say, very, very fiercely and neck and neck, I would put it that way, because both of them not too sure of themselves and yet saying that they are the ones who are going to lead. Yes, saw the TRS in fact putting all its ministers and MLAs on the ground. So a force of almost 100 leaders, including MLAs and ministers, camping here and trying to ensure that the TRS gets the win here. The election itself was forced because the BJP candidate, who happened to be the sitting Congress MLA, he resigned his seat amid a controversy, or rather the controversy was kicked up after the campaign began, saying that he's made the switch to the BJP itself because his son had got an 18,000 crore contract. Of course, he has explained, saying that that's a Coal India contract and there is no favors there, and he says that is all something that happened as part of a global tendering process. Third, the process of the election itself, a lot of money being spent, liquor, chicken and mutton being distributed over the last 2 months. We saw almost a party atmosphere here, and everyone going into one rally or the other and making their money there. The politics of it itself. Now, one, for the BJP, a win here would mean that the third bypoll that they would be winning if they do manage after the Dubak and the Huzirabad. This will become a third one, and that is something that the TRS certainly wants to guard against, because with assembly elections next year, it may show that the momentum is turning towards the BJP, and therefore they would not want this win to happen for the BJP. The TRS, they need to establish that their schemes are still popular. Remember, this is the first election after the party announced that it is going to go national, that it is renaming itself as the Bharat Rashtra Samiti. So in that sense, we are safe on home ground, they need to show, so that they can be ready to go national. For the BJP, of course, trying to show that TRS is having trouble in its home ground itself and not ready to go national. The third party, the Congress, whose MLA was in fact sitting here in Munugode, that party has had to split its energies between focusing on the bypoll and at the same time the Bharat Jodo Yatra happening. And I must say most of the leaders in fact had to split their time, and I should say the focus was much more perhaps on the Bharat Jodo Yatra than on the bypoll itself. Even otherwise, they had said that they have very limited resources compared to the TRS or the BJP. So they, in a sense, are expected to end up third in this fight, even though Palvai Sravanti is considered a good candidate. K. Prabhakar Reddy is the TRS candidate, and he is looking at a win. He was the 2014 MLA from here, and he's looking for a win because the entire party, in a sense, has put its weight behind him. Rajgopal Reddy, again a strong candidate, otherwise here was the sitting MLA. He's the BJP candidate now, but whether he's able to make it through or not, and that could make a change in the political equations, in a sense, before the run up to the assembly elections next year.